Does this animation look familiar to you? If it does, you've probably seen it in your classroom at some point during Black History Month. Guess what? I'm the director. And if you're new here, my name's Yave, and I'm the director for the Black History It's Yours educational music video short for Nickelodeon. I've been getting a couple DMs and comments and messages about this short. People telling me like, hey, my school is using your artwork, my school is using your cartoon, and they didn't ask your permission. I promise you, that's what it's for. That's what we made it for when we made it. Totally fine with me if you guys watched it in your class. I have no problem with that. We made the short with the intent of it being shown in classrooms and for it to be educational. I got to conceptualize, direct, and illustrate this educational short for Black History Month with Nickelodeon. I did this back in 2021. It was really cool getting to work on a project like this, mainly just because being a designer, I still have some ways to go by like typical industry standards before I would qualify as a director. Like if you know, like in animation, you kind of have like steps to go before you can be a director. So it felt really special to make my directorial debut in this way. For those who don't know, I'm a full-time designer at Nickelodeon. It's just so cute that people recognize the character straight away from the short and that people also recognize my name. It's very special. It's a project that I hold very near and dear in my heart. I remember when I was a child watching the bite-sized commercial music video things like the elections and like the voting process and like the Bill of Rights, things like that. It felt like the torch was being passed to me, so to speak. It was really special to get the offer and get the opportunity and do an educational like social studies short for Nickelodeon because we've grown up watching them during the commercial breaks, so it felt really cool to be doing one of my own. As you see here, I still have all of the original artwork here on my iPad. Yes, I did the entire illustration process on my iPad, mainly just because anyone who knows me as an artist, I absolutely love Procreate. I can't tell you enough how much I love Procreate. At times, I like it better than other professional drawing apps. And since it's been a couple of years since we've done this project, I don't mind you seeing some leaks of some of the scrapped artwork for the short because, as you can see, like some of these drawings aren't done, like they're kind of like halfway scribbled, halfway colored. Some of the things like we decided to cut because we wanted to keep it on the shorter side, or we wanted to have things like kind of go to a certain beat, so we would just take out certain illustrations, things like that. For example, as you can see here in this part on the page, the words go along with the lyrics to the actual song. In the storyboarding process, basically what I did was I wanted the words to appear on the beat. So I had to make sure that each word had its own layer, so that way the compositor was able to animate everything one by one without having to go through and like clip the picture manually, if that makes sense. You have everything on its own layer. And what I did to make it easier for the compositor was I made sure to put every single word on its own layer, so that way he could sync everything up in the timeline in the compositing software as easily as possible. Even though I've done a lot of TV work and I've also worked on movies and stuff, this project is still one of the more tedious projects I've worked on, just because how mindful you have to be of making sure the animation and music and lyrics coincide. It can be a little bit tricky making sure that your animation and art direction has this like musicality to it that fits the lyrics that are in the accompaniment, or just whatever musical accompaniment is attached to the project that you're making. Fun fact, this segment is based on my sister. Well, really it is my sister and her baby, because just a couple months prior to working on this educational short, my sister gave birth to her first son, so I put this part in there for them because I just thought it would be a cute little Easter egg for our family. Aww. It was kind of funny because on my YouTube channel, like literally yesterday, someone commented like, oh wait, that's the one I was talking about. That's the one I was talking about, because they recognized my name like when they were watching it in class. And then in one of my other posts, I had showed a tiny clip of the same short. It's just so cute that people like recognize it right away, and that like this character right here, like people right away are like, oh, I know, like we watched that in class. In fact, it actually makes me really happy to get such sweet comments and messages from you guys telling me about how you got to watch the short in your class, you got to watch the music video at school, and it makes me feel really special that we did a really good job, that schools go out of their way to find our project specifically to show to you guys in order to educate you on Black history. So it makes me feel like we definitely did a job well done. I'm definitely proud of the project, and I'm super grateful that out of all of the talented artists out there that they came to me to direct it and to do the illustrations. And right now it's sitting at 1.6 million views. If you watched this in class or if you shared it with your students or something like that, let me know your thoughts on the short. If you have a favorite part, I'd love to know what it is.